Hi, Kim, by the way, since John's an asshole and didn't introduce us.
Hey, how are you? It's so good to finally meet you.
Hey, there's asshole now. Hey, thanks for the introduction, dickhead.
You guys are adults. Fucking figure it out. Fucking had it with both of you already. Let's get this fucking.
This is going to be great. This is going to become a great part of this episode.
I'm gonna have a little beep thing pop up every time it does.
Counter.
It's so Kim. It really is.
It is so Kim. It is Kim. All right, beep. So for real, welcome, welcome to the All Angles podcast. We are back this week. This is for our episode airing on September 9th, our Tuesday episode, and we have somebody that ditched us a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
It's somebody I've known for quite some time. She has a valid excuse for ditching us, but I'll never let her live it down. She's from Jersey and she's in the military, so she can handle it. This is Kim Kirnan, and Kim here has done it all and continues to do it all. So Kim, I know from my days in photography. In fact, Kim is the person where one of my favorite photos is my home screen on my phone to this day, where Kim and I would roam around New York City from 11 at night until about 6 or 7 in the morning, because that's safe. We would roam around there we'd go from Brooklyn to lower Manhattan. We'd go up to, did we ever go up into like Times Square? Did we ever make our way up to Times Square? I can't remember.
I don't think we made our way up to Times Square.
So we didn't go to Times Square, but then we'd finish off in Hoboken for like sunrise stuff, getting the city with the sunrise, and all the way down to the point where before they put those concrete little flower pots in that road, the famous shot in Brooklyn where you're looking in the Dumbo area, looking at the Manhattan Bridge with the Empire State Building, which I'll be the first to admit, the photos I got at the Empire State Building under the arch, I didn't even realize it was there until Kim pointed it out. But we're sitting there on this road in the middle of the night, laying in the road to get these shots. And Kim has helped me out a ton when I was working for the Bridgeport Sound Tigers. And we photographed a ton of MLS out there. And I believe, Kim, you came and met up and even shot a BMX thing at that bike park right next door, right behind Yankee Stadium.
I sure did. That was my first BMX event.
That was fun.
And I also had another first when we were shooting the Sound Tigers. I don't know if you remember that game, that the puck may or may not have just absolutely shattered my 24-70. Yeah.
That's right. I did warn her. I did warn her about that and to be careful, but
Through the hole.
my first time using the photo holes,
never
like the
happened.
concept just kind of blew my mind.
Oh,
I'm not even sure who like gave me a photo hole because there was like only 4 of them available. I'm like, wow, you guys trust me a lot more than you probably should.
was it when you were there for me?
No, I think you were there.
Then I gave you the photo hole.
Well,
But
some questions.
yeah,
then it's you. Then you trusted me way more than you should have.
100%, because Kim comes from a sports background, and this is not our sports show, but Kim does have a strong sports background. See, not only is she from Jersey, which is just a red flag, but she played college
Red flags
soccer.
like China.
She played college soccer at Seaton Hall, and Kim is also the person, which I almost believe I said it on this show, where I asked why men's soccer, they flop so much. And Kim gave me the answer that I give to everybody. And she told me it's because men's soccer, they're really fast and they can flop and get away with it. But girls soccer isn't quite as fast as men's soccer, so they just have to be tougher. And I guess everyone wanted to be that girl from the University of New Mexico that was pulling people down by the hair and elbowing girls in the gut.
She was beating the brakes off of people.
Yeah, and but like Kim said, like girls soccer is a lot tougher, and honestly, it probably makes sense why the U.S. women's national team is
So good, and the men's team so bad.
Yeah, the men's team haven't even figured out how to flop. But yeah, so Kim and I have had a lot of photo adventures, and but yeah, so Kim, you obviously grew up playing soccer. How'd you end up getting recruited by Seton Hall?
So I actually didn't play for Seton Hall. That's where I ultimately graduated from. But
Already lying to everybody. My bad.
Way to go, John.
yeah. I mean,
I'm the one
I
that's
wasn't
not
going to
supposed to
correct
know
you. I was just
anything,
kind of rolling
John.
with it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like we'll do like a 3 truths and a lie, or 2 truths and a lie. What the heck is that game?
Yeah.
Kim needs to add some truth.
Yeah.
We're not just making this up as we go along.
I've been lying
Oh, wait,
to
have you not watched our
everybody.
show before?
Yeah. She hasn't. I've been lying to everybody for almost a decade about Kim played soccer at Seton Hall. You should have just let me have that one. Whoops.
Oops.
Oh, John.
All right. Well, then how'd you end up at Seton Hall? Like, what is that where you wanted to go to school? Is it because it was close?
No, it was the exact opposite. It was a perfect example of those meet, their destiny on the road taken to avoid it. As a Jersey girl,
I gotta stop you. Are we about to get into more manifesting bullshit, John? Because
Crap, probably.
I'm about to
absolutely,
absolutely
manifestation and basic fall things all episode long.
Freaking Jersey girls, man.
I'm
Our other Jersey host, our other Jersey guest.
I'm gonna need to go grab the better whiskey.
She creeps up into every episode. Manifesting. But all right, so continue.
All right, yeah.
Okay. I lost my train of thought. I'm at that age where like my plane takes off and I'm not sure where it's landing. No, you're fine. It'll land somewhere. It just may not be whatever question you asked.
That was about how you ended up at Seton Hall. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So when I had a lot going on when I was in high school. It's like that shirt that the Taylor Swift song. That's like just my anthem. So I had a lot going on in high school, and I actually was going to join the military, and I was applying to military institutions. But once I had gotten my soccer scholarship to the College of St. Rose, I was like, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. I'm gone. So I withdrew all of my other applications, didn't even wait to hear back, signed up to go to St. Rose. About 3 days before St. Rose, I actually called the coach and backed out of my letter of intent. I got super, super lucky that there were no consequences. At the time, the College of St. Rose was the #1 Division II team for women's soccer in the country. So they had people, lined up to take my slot. But at that point, my heart was at Wilkes University, and Wilkes was a Division III school. And I carried so much guilt because the whole goal was getting a full ride for soccer in college, and I did it, and I just liked Wilkes better, and I had never
got it. You still technically got it, so that's a win.
And that's an important, actually, that's an important thing. Again, this isn't our sports day, but for a lot of the kids, I mean, I coach college hockey now, and a lot of these kids, that their whole life is about, I got to get to this school because it's, Division I. I'm getting the full ride. I'm doing all this, and that's going to get me to pro and do all this. At the end of the day, it's not. I mean, it's not everything you think it's going to be, and you've got to go to where not only your heart takes you, but where you truly belong, where you're supposed to be. And it may not be there. You might get that opportunity to play at a Division I, or go, not even play, but you get this offer to go Division I, you sit on the bench the whole time. And where's the fun in that? It's you want to go somewhere where you're going to have the college experience, have fun doing it, and just enjoy yourself and not, deal with some of the pressure that comes with that. John and I have both gone through that. So.
Well, I don't know. This might be like flirting with manifestation a little bit, so I'm going to be very careful. But I'm a very big believer of you end up exactly where you should.
Yeah.
1010%. I had a legitimate identity crisis when I stopped playing sports. It was that great, you know, like you gained 40 pounds. I literally gained 40 pounds.
You're talking to two people who have not left hockey from the day they started it.
Yeah.
So
well, how do you think I ended up doing sports photography?
Yeah. 49 years in the sport. I can't get rid of it.
Cliff is old as hell, Kim.
Shut up.
Y'all don't still play though, do you?
No, just coach. No.
Okay.
I'll jump in a beer league every now and then.
I stopped playing beer leagues a few years ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just started coaching this past year, but I have been playing in an adult league, you know, ever since I left in college. So
Kim's got to show those young bucks she's still in charge. So then how did you end up at Seaton Hall? Were you ever at Seaton Hall? Or did I make that up?
You're so
no, you did not. You did not make that up.
John screwed this up from the start, so now he's making sure he gets this figured out.
See, and here you thought I couldn't surprise you.
Hi, Kim. My name is John. It's very nice to meet you.
Yeah, no. So I ended up at Seton Hall. That's actually where I ended up graduating from. I transferred to Seton Hall. I was originally an art major. I was studying digital media, and I don't know what it is about like the neurodivergent brains. And I say that as one, like I have still not figured it out. Like they don't function before 11 a.m. You know, and like once you hit your stride, so in college, the art classes are between like 11 and 3 p.m. There's like a very narrow window. So I would be in class my senior year every day from 11 to 3 p.m. I wasn't able to do that with the classes that were offered. The school that I had gone to was much smaller. And I worked, you know, a few jobs in college. So I needed to find a bigger school. And I ended up at Seton Hall because I was at a basketball game. I was watching a basketball game, and it was going to be the start of the second semester. So it was like that winter break. And Angel Delgado is shooting a free throw. And it was like one of the few that he had actually made. And I just remember sitting there like, Seton Hall. I'm like, that's a big school. They probably offer more classes. I could do that. They have parking because, like, I'm from New Jersey. So, you know, the thought of public transportation and not having a parking lot and having to street park gave me enormous anxiety.
That's like up in Fordham up there in the Bronx, where actually my cousin now coaches football. I can't imagine being in a place like that where very minimal. St. John's does have a parking lot, though. Kim, did you ever get to shoot over there?
Never got to shoot at St. John's. Actually, the St. John's photographer is a very good friend of mine. Our paths would cross when they played at the larger tournaments at Madison Square Garden, but never actually made it to the St. John's campus.
I covered a couple games there, and they have a parking lot. They also have a parking garage, and their soccer field is on top of their parking garage, which is actually kind of cool.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty
the
cool
fields thing. On top of the buildings in the city are awesome. Well, I've shot a couple. You shot one of the events with me.
Pier 48.
Down at Pier 41?
48, 41, one of those, yeah.
41. Same.
Yep, and it's one thing is funny is we've all spent some time in the city. Cookie was coaching out there for the New York Aviators and then the Long Beach Sharks out in Long Island there.
I wasn't with the Long Beach.
And in Brooklyn. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
I was living in Lido Beach, but I was coaching in Brooklyn. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And then I can't get anybody's facts right today. I should just go back to bed and start this day over.
I was about to say, do you need to start over? Do you need a little...
Do I know either of you two?
Like, are we even friends? I don't... I mean,
what are we
doing? We were. I don't know about it anymore. But Kim can do a lot of things. She doesn't just shoot the... but, you know, you actually told me a pretty interesting story. Tell us exactly how you went and started taking pictures of Seton Hall.
So I had walked into...
She actually has quite some huevos grande.
Lady balls the size of Volkswagens.
So this is actually this is another thing I didn't know until today. I'm like, well, you need to tell that later. So
I was finally ready to kind of take my photography career further, and it actually all to John's encouragement. And I was like, all right, I'm going to get out there. I'm going to diversify my portfolio. This is going to be great. And then I was like, oh shit, how do I do that? I'm like, I go to college. So I'm like, all right, I'll start there. Walked into the athletic director's office. Didn't have an appointment, nothing. And he just, by sheer happenstance, like was walking through the office like hallway. And I was like, hi. I was like, my name is Kim. I'm a local photographer. Like, I'm looking to, build my portfolio. I'm a student here at Seaton Hall. I said, I'm sure there's a lot of people dying to shoot your basketball games, but, if you ever have a last minute cancellation, put me on your wait list. And he just like shook my hand and like had this look on his face, like what just happened? Like, who is this chick? And like I was young and stupid enough like not to realize the audacity at the time. Audacity is one of the 5 tenets of the offensive, by the way, for the military, just so that just a nice little aside. And like 2 days later, he calls me up and he's like, we just had somebody back out of the Butler game, for tonight. It was Thursday night. He was like, you want to come and shoot? And I'm like, absolutely. And I'll never forget. I met a couple, actually I met 2 of my mentors at that game. And I've got one on my left-hand side, one on my right-hand side. It was USA Today and Getty. And they look at me and they're like, who do you shoot for?
Was it Vinny?
Yeah. It was Vinny. And then it was actually Gabe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm sitting there.
All over Jersey for these games, so.
He is the best.
Yeah.
He's really why I went to the, New York FC soccer games.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it would have been like Red Bull all the way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with USA Today, they've had the contract in the MLS. They still do, actually. But Vinny was always the guy, especially for the Red Bull games, more so than even the NYCFC games. But though Vinny's a good dude. Vinny's funny as hell.
I want to back this up a bit because I don't know if John told you, I was a photographer for many years, a long time ago. Some of my work's actually behind me here, but I was a photographer long before John was, and I still tell this story to this day. It's the weirdest thing for me that he's now a photographer, because when we first met, I was still doing it. He came on some of my shoots, but it wasn't because he wanted to be a photographer at the time. He had no interest. He just... No, he had none. I had some kind of random shoots at local radio stations in Dallas and some other stuff, and he would come along just to meet people. And but my question is, when did the photography bug kind of hit for you?
Oh man, so it actually happened in high school.
Same. Yeah.
And photography is really cool because it's all about your own perspective. Mm-hmm. There's 3 types of creativity, and I'm drawing a blank on what the name of it is, but I think it's the innovative. So it's like you can't pull things out of thin air, but when you see something, you can improve upon it and make it better. So when I was in high school, I had the opportunity to take a film class. I was probably like one of the last people to ever like shoot on a film camera.
John knows I'm about to get really excited.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was so inept.
These are infrared film images I did. Yeah.
Cookie, we had an episode where Cookie talked for us.
As John, we joked about earlier, I'm an old guy. I'm 49. I grew up with film. I've been doing film. I did film for decades. In fact, I refused to go digital for the longest time. I don't shoot anymore, but I did. In fact, John doesn't even know this. I have it over there. I found a big stack of my old negatives when I went home to Texas over the summer. Yeah. It's awesome. I'm so excited to hear you.
Look at him. He's totally got a chubby over there.
Oh, yeah. I'm so pumped because this is one of my favorite photo shoots ever. It was out in New Mexico and it was amazing. Yeah.
Humble brag.
Oh yeah. I'm not even gonna argue that.
Not even gonna try and be humble.
No, not even a little bit. Yeah. I enjoyed it. But anyway, sorry, like second time I've interrupted you. Yeah.
You said film, and Cookie's like,
Oh,
well,
as soon as you said film, I was done. Like we're good. Yeah.
No, it was, honestly, I'm surprised. I'm surprised I stuck with photography because it was a little traumatizing.
Yeah.
Mr. Shutsky was actually my teacher. Phenomenal guy. He would walk around the school with like a golf club. And like he was a little unhinged. So like
the best ones are.
Like you weren't sure if he was like gonna hit a golf ball or like your face.
Jersey.
Loved him, hilarious, dark sense of humor, just my kind of guy. And I was like, I need to take this class, like, and then I was locked in a dark room until I was able to complete processing the negatives.
Oh, it's my favorite place in the world. The dark room is my favorite place.
Yeah, no, it wasn't mine, not mine.
No?
Hell yeah.
No. In fact, I was like 20 minutes late to my next class. I was like, hey, like Mr. Shutsky, like I got to get out of here. I'm going to be late for the next class. And he's like, nope, you're going to stay in there until you do it.
I've told John this story. When I first discovered a dark room when I was in high school, and this was in the early 90s, this was when I was going to school in Lake Placid, New York.
1890s.
Shut up. I would so lose track of time because I was so enjoying myself in there. And we had curfews because it was a prep school. It'd be 1 or 2 in the morning, and all of a sudden there'd be a knock on the darkroom door, and it's the RA from and ironically the darkroom was in the girls' dorm. But clearly I wasn't an issue because I was not leaving that darkroom for any nefarious things. And the guy would just come knocking. He's like, "You do realize what time it is, right?" And I'm like, "Well, no, I'm having a blast down here." You couldn't drag me out of the darkroom. I loved it more than actually shooting. And I enjoyed shooting, obviously, but my creative juices would flow in the darkroom.
I think that's just kind of the where the road branches off, though, when it comes to photographers. Mm-hmm. Like those are the same people that like the computer and the editing part as well. They like doing that stuff versus the people like shooting. Like today, doing the thing I was doing, I was shooting, and then I just sat down to edit, and I'm just like, I hate this part. And like and the sad part is like I'm the only one that really knows what I'm looking for, so I know I'm the one that has to do it. But I just want to click the button, man. I just want to click the button.
Same. Absolutely the same way. Dread editing.
I'm the outcast all of a sudden, as usual.
But so Kim got into the film photography class, teacher with a golf club, which is it's such a Jersey thing. And
what?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a Jersey thing. I had some very eccentric photography professors back in the day.
I think he was there for the violence, and that makes it Jersey. But and you can't even argue with that one.
I can't.
Mine were there to smoke a lot of weed.
Up there for sure.
No, not in Placid. After my pro career, when I went back to school at that community college, one of the 2 professors there I know was just sitting there in his office doing bong hits. He had to be. He was too.
Oh, so y'all were on the opposite side of the spectrum, like real chill.
Well, I mean, John knows that's not me at all. Not even the slightest.
Yeah.
But you know, that guy was hilarious. I actually did. While we were talking, I was looking for a photo I took of him on that same New Mexico trip, and I found it, but it's not a good quality. So I was gonna show it, but we found this random like furry thing in the road and wherever we were on some backwoods road in New Mexico, and he stuck it in his pants like it was a dick, and we were taking pictures of it. It was. And some people in our group submitted it as part of the class. I'm like, you guys are out of your mind.
First of all, Cookie, we lived in New Mexico. I think it's safe to say you don't want to take anything that's furry and pick it up, period.
Well, this was clearly not like from an animal. It was just some random fuzzy thing.
Even worse.
I think worse.
Yeah, I didn't pick it up. He did. Like,
So Kim is actually really good at a lot of different types of photography as well. Now, you dabbled a bit in wedding stuff, which, bless your heart, I don't know why anybody would subject themselves to wedding photography.
Not a chance in hell.
It was a really good idea at the time. It was like, it blended all of my loves, like fashion and event photography and jewelry. It was like all the things. And then I shot this wedding where this woman was like the most unhappy individual I'd ever seen in my life. And funny
On a wedding
enough,
day.
like it was the most expensive wedding I had ever shot at. The wedding was literally $500,000. I actually like had a panic attack when I was doing the ring shots. I was like, oh my God, take it back, take it back. Yeah, no. And I was like, do you like your man? Does he beat you? Should I call the cops? Like, I don't know how to respond right now.
This lady's like, I'm just eternally mad.
Yeah, I think John and I have had this conversation because in my days of shooting, I got asked to do a lot of weddings, and I just flat out refused. There was too much pressure involved. There's no retakes. I mean, it's just no chance. You couldn't.
Have you seen Horrible Bosses?
Yeah.
I'm like Henny Sommerfeld. I'll do just about anything for $50.
You couldn't.
Yeah, no.
That's the thing, though. You couldn't.
Good for you for being able to turn down jobs. That was not a time in my life I could do that.
I mean, and I'm broke as broke can be, and I still wouldn't do it because it's too much pressure. You screw that up, and you get an angry bride, you're fucked.
Well, here's the thing: is Kim, this is a part that really fits into our wheelhouse here. Be a second shooter. You don't even have to take the cards home with you. You don't even use your cards. You just get the card from the main shooter, take all the pictures, they take them and go. You get paid for your day, and that's it. You never have to look at the photos again. I've been a second shooter at a few weddings. I couldn't tell you a single photo I took. I don't know a single one of them.
I still would, even though I get what you're saying, I still would feel the pressure. I prefer the idea that I've seen people do, and it's not as much anymore because it's not as big a thing, but I loved the idea where people had whether it was the rehearsal dinner the night before or whatever it was, every single table had a disposable camera and people could do with it as they wish. And you use those. And I've seen what comes from that. I actually had a friend that did that at his wedding, and it was one of the coolest things. You got some really badass photos.
But was it recent? Because I just went to a wedding that did that in May, and the DJ forgot to make an announcement that you need to turn the flash on. So not the same experience.
No. And yeah, but the concept for me is good. Whether the execution works out, I don't know, but the concept is good. And my buddy that did it worked out well.
I like the Instax with like the Polaroids.
Yeah.
Flip that on auto.
John's favorite
idiot
thing,
proof.
his little Polaroid printer thing.
Yeah, I got my little printer thing, Kim. I don't even know if I ever showed you that. It's a real cool little. It's just a printer about this big.
Yeah, because he's a thief.
Of an idea. I didn't steal the printer. I stole the idea.
A thief of an idea. Yeah.
Oh, that was our first episode.
Yes, it was.
But yeah, I stole the idea, not the printer. Before Cookie just turns us into something else. But
hey, you say enough shit on here, especially where you live, to get your own self in trouble. So
yeah, we're waiting for the door to knock and have it either.
And it has knocked home, and we were sure.
Yeah, I didn't answer it. I was scared. But yeah, so Kim did a little bit of that photography. You've done some portrait work, no?
I've done a little bit of portrait work. I've really done a little bit of everything. Like Cliff was saying that he doesn't like the pressure. I kind of thrive off it. That's why I got to get my jollies somehow. I love just trying new things, and obviously my work reflects sports that I have played because I can't anticipate the movement. So it's a little bit different for sports photography. But for me, that's part of the fun. It's part of the challenge. There are some things that I shot and I'm like, never again.
What are some of those things?
Golf.
That's ironic.
110%. I was at the FedEx Cup a couple years back. It was my first golf event. And actually, I may have been covering down for Vinny. I kind of fell back asswards into that position. I was like, I don't really know anything about golf. Like, are you sure you want me to? And then somebody was giving me a pep talk. They're like, it's really similar to, I'm like, no, it's not, but I'll go. And I went to shoot it, and it was like a really surreal experience. My brother and my dad were huge Tiger Woods fans, Phil Mickelson, and, they're in the first iteration of golfers, a couple holes ahead of me. And I'm like, wow, this is incredible. And then like 30 seconds later, I was like, this is the most boring thing in the
I
world.
would love that.
I have no idea what to do with myself.
I
The
don't,
most excitement was when I caught Jordan Spieth's backswing. Thank God I was in like a group of photographers. And in my defense, it was my first, my first golf experience.
I
I was
don't.
gonna say, did
Bef-
anybody
I
yell? Did
totally
anybody
know where
yell at
this
you?
is going, by the way.
Yeah.
oh my God. Before that, the only time I knew anything about golf or did anything golf adjacent was like watch Happy Gilmore. Um, so it was great. I'm like, all right. I'm like, where's the action part? Is it the contact when the club hits the ball? Like, what's my objective? What's my, yeah. So Jordan Spieth's caddy like lost it. He went right over to the photo crowd and like started yelling and was like, "Who is this?" And I was like, "Yeah, fucking asshole."
Wow. Kim's like, this guy, Mr. Loud Photographer over here, shooting in the backswing.
Oh my goodness.
John,
For those of you that might be lost in golf, you're not allowed to take pictures during the backswing. That rule might be changed as all the mirrorless cameras have electronic mode, which is dead silent, so it won't matter and be a distraction.
Yeah.
The old cameras like the 1DX Mark II and stuff like that were like machine guns.
Yeah.
Going
But
off.
like also what kind of sport? Like I don't know. I feel like there, as an athlete you need to perform under pressure. Like if a camera click startles you, I don't know.
It's the quiet sport.
John, Kim doesn't.
I'm from New Jersey. Nothing is quiet.
She doesn't. She doesn't like shooting golf. What did you do today, John?
Shot golf.
Okay, that's great. Yeah,
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I rag on golf a lot. I loved it today. I got to. However, it's not covering a major event like that, so I got to be far more creative with it, and kind of got to do what I want. So it was a little bit more fun. But I just think I was thinking the same thing, Cookie. That's funny. Kim does the thing now. My question: Kim just got back from a trip. When Kim ditched us,
you mean wait? Yeah, it's bad. That's the trip where she ditched us. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, when Kim ditched us, she was over in Europe. Where were you that specific day when you ditched us?
I know. She told us.
Were you in Italy that day? It was Italy. Kim was
Quit shaking his head. We'll go with Italy.
Yeah, Italy. I remember that.
Yeah. So,
but
Kim was out there.
You told me, John.
Yeah, Kim was out there actually shooting a USA, like Jersey, USA based basketball team that goes over there. And its cool thing is because they're on a cruise, which also sounds incredible. And every time they stopped,
cruise in Italy. Yeah, that doesn't sound awful.
Yeah, every time you stopped, you played a different game at these ports, right? So
yep.
That's cool. I saw the basketball photos, and they were great. It looked like a really cool thing, playing some cool places. Did you take time to do any travel photography while you're out there? Like take pictures of the areas you were in, the scenery and the tourism kind of stuff?
Oh yeah. So that's honestly the best part of photography. Like
That's my favorite part.
It's remarkable how often like all my passions converge. And photography is fantastic because I can do it with anything, whether it's, the military, sports, traveling. My best experiences shooting have been while I was traveling. Like I casually talked my way onto a Bray Wanderers game in Ireland. I got the time difference confused.
Casually
I showed up like 5 hours earlier. And like one of their financial professionals was kind of like walking the grounds and he was like, "What are you doing here?" I was like, "I came for some football. And he was like, "You're about 5.5 hours early." And we just started bullshitting. And he was like, "You want to shoot the game?" I'm like, I'd love to. He's like, "All right, great." He's like, "Be back here at this time." He's like, "In the meantime, go hike up that mountain." So yeah, it was like one of the best things that I did. And yeah, so took tons and tons of pictures. It was a Mediterranean cruise. So we were in Italy. We were in Tunisia. We were, yeah, we're
Cookie and I are
France.
furious with you right
Rough.
now.
Rough life.
I got my gear jacked in France. If it alleviates a little bit of your envy.
No, that hurts even worse. I know that pain.
That sounds like France.
I know. You were the first person I called, and I was like, oh, I think I gave him PTSD.
So yeah, Kim's like, what do? I go find the best corner and start crying.
I literally, like, I was catatonic. Like, I have been in situations, like literal life and death, that I have handled better. It was actually like, I was beside myself. I was catatonic. I couldn't say anything. I went over to guest services, and I was just like, which side of the ship should I jump off?
Where's the biggest propeller that you guys have?
Yeah. I'm like, where?
So Kim, so that was actually a recent thing, and I'm just trying to go through the timeline of Kim that I remember best. So because there was a time where Kim became corporate America, and you worked at Merrill Lynch.
Yes.
Germany? And Kim was loving corporate America life and said, "I hate photography. I don't want to do this." I'm being completely sarcastic, but then Kim joined the military, and you said you wanted to join the military earlier in your life.
Yeah.
And then she went to corporate America, and Kim said, "I'm wearing a suit every day. I hate this." And then joined the military. I remember.
Well, I never said I hated the suit. I rock a good power suit.
Oh, that's true. Kim likes the fashion, so
I do.
That might have been what held her there.
Yeah.
That long, but like, what happened? Like, what clicked, and you said, "All right, you know what? I'm going to the military."
So, I was actually trying to do the military prior to Merrill. The timeline was like, there was so much going on. And again, you always end up exactly where you should, and one meets their destiny on the road taken to avoid it. I had originally thought about the Army when I was 16. Fast forward 10 years, now I'm 26. And it was 2019 into 2020. Now, my process for joining the Army was a little bit different. I enlisted, but I went the officer route. So, there's a couple of things that you can do. Because I had a 4-year degree at this point, I was able to go to officer candidate school, and commission as an officer. So, but in order to do that, there's some other qualifications that you have to meet, and some other things that go into your application process. So it's a little bit more time consuming. So as that process was unfolding, I was going active duty, and then COVID hit, and photography completely shut down. I went from shooting the U.S. women's national team with their exhibition game against Mexico before heading to France for the 2018 World Cup to like just nothing. And I was like, all right, this is still on my heart. I better do it now at 26, because if I don't, pull the trigger, I'm going to be 32, 33 and no longer eligible. And that's kind of what jump started it. And then COVID. So now it's 2020, and my application is stalled. I made it through the whole process. I kept like saying, if it's not meant to be, it'll fall apart at any time. Got through the entirety of the process, and all that I had to do was interview with the battalion commander of the recruiting station. They had said, so sorry, don't know when you will be able to have this interview. Now, at that point, I was interviewing at other jobs as well, because I needed, some income. And the same exact week, I was hired with Merrill Lynch. And I went back to my Army recruiter, and I said, look, this is my passion. This is what I want to do. I would absolutely 1010% turn this job down if it was guaranteed, if I had a timeline. I said, but, this is a career opportunity, and somebody that's kind of had my background, just craving that stability. I was like, this is a career opportunity. This isn't, a job. And I can't turn it down for something that may or may not happen 3 years or 3 months in the future. So the recruiter was like, don't worry about it. I'll pull your packet. And I was like, well, can I be a reservist? Like, how do I have to start the whole process over? Like, can we just, check a different box in the packet? Like, how does that work? And he's like, oh yeah. He's like, we could definitely do that. He's like, the guys are going to hate you, but I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'm used to it.
Welcome to the world of Kim, Cookie.
Like exactly 3 months later, because now I was off my probationary period with Merrill Lynch, I had my interview with the battalion commander. I was accepted into officer candidate school, and I shipped out about 4 months after that.
And now Kim's still in the reserves. Your main base is out of where?
Davenport, Iowa.
Oh, I know Davenport.
Do you?
If it's in the Midwest, Cookie knows it.
I started my college career at Iowa State.
Okay.
I know Davenport, yeah.
So and now here's Kim still in the reserves, kicking through life, and we're circling back to photography these days. And now Kim and I have had a bunch of talks about her photography. We had our panic when she had her gear stolen, but her gear is now back, safe and sound. Everything works good.
It does. I was very surprised.
So then I guess the next and the only real question is, and the final question is, what's next for Kim? I know there's obviously more time in the military for you, but what is it that you want to do? If we're looking at 5 years down the road, and I know you well enough to know this might send you into a panic attack having to think that far down the road, but like what does Kim want to do? Like, where do you want to be in 5 years? Do you want to be doing photography? Do you still want to be in the military? Do you want to go back to corporate America? Like, what are you looking to do?
So, if I could do anything and not worry about a paycheck, I would be a teacher and pursue my photography full time. Preferably an art teacher for middle school, because high schoolers are little assholes and I have a lot of bad karma coming at me.
Well, look at the bright side. If you want to be an art teacher or working in the world of art, you're not going to get a paycheck anyway. So if you don't have to worry about a paycheck,
I was going to say I'm very well accustomed to the lifestyle.
You and me both.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very parallel path to coaching hockey. Let me tell you.
But, my level, yeah.
But there's one last thing I do want to talk to you about, and it's something I forgot to bring up earlier. You're involved in a new company, and
I am, yes.
And it's a company that, I remember when you told me about it, I was like, that's a really good idea, because I didn't realize the need for it. And you were kind of recruited to come onto it. You work as their marketing, their marketing director or whatever.
Yeah.
And so tell us, what's the name of the company, and tell us what it is that you guys make and what you're doing and what they're trying to turn into, because they're brand new.
So the company is Wild Frontiers. The CEO is actually based out of Hawaii. And then there is one other partner in addition to myself who's located in Oregon. Oregon? Oh, gosh. Oregon. Oh, the CEO would kill me right now. Oregon. We say that. Oregon.
You're good.
Oregon.
I've never
anyway.
John may or may not remember this. There is confusion because there is an Oregon, Minnesota, or Wisconsin, sorry. Because that's where when I was with Marquette, that's where the league championship was, Oregon, Wisconsin.
But it's Oregon.
Or Oregon. No, it is Minnesota, actually, now I think about it. But Oregon, yeah, the state's Oregon. Yeah, you're good.
The state, yes. Yes.
Yeah, you're good.
So, so it's a company that provides an emergency female menstruation kit. And it had started out as a vision from an Army medic who would treat women in a combat environment that just had all types of ailments from not having access to these sanitary products.
So wait, are you saying women in the military, like basically they're running into situations where they're not able to get products? Is it because it's like harder to carry? Is it a like why are they having issues having actual access to these things where the fact that they would be getting sick because they can't change them out or whatever?
So it's just not something that's provided to us. It's not part of basic issue. Maybe there'll be like a box or two of tampons and a Connex somewhere, but the
They don't
moisture
provide
will
those to you?
degrade it.
That
No, they do not.
that patriarchal society, man. It's bullshit.
Still, but like if you think about things, it's like, yeah, okay, I'm sure there's things that they're not going to be providing women, whether they're trying to make a passive aggressive point or not. That's not one of the things I would ever assume. So they're harder to get. And so what's the goal of the company? So these are obviously feminine hygiene products. And you therefore being in the field?
Yep. So I'll show you what we got going on. It's a Molly pouch
Oh, look
that
how
you
prepared she is for this. This is awesome.
I know. Cliff, I'm so passionate about this.
You know what? I almost said something because as soon as John brought it up, your demeanor instantly changed.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
What I tell you earlier, Kim, the whatever Kim's feeling, it is on the outside.
No, and it was all, I knew something really special was coming because you've been high energy this whole time, but as soon as John brought this up, it went to a whole other level. I could tell even before you started talking about it.
Absolutely. As a woman in 3 male-dominated industries, I mean, Merrill Lynch was finance, the Army, photography, particularly sports photography.
Yeah.
I'm all about empowering people in general. I'm a very big believer of it's not what we do, it's who we do it with. So certainly encouraging everybody, but in particular women, because, there's only 2 types of women. There's no in between. There's the builder uppers and the breaker downers. And most of the women that I have come across, unfortunately, are the breaker downers. They think that giving a compliment to somebody else takes something away from them.
Right.
So I am all about supporting my fellow females in whatever it is they do, whether they're, commanding a unit in the military or just starting out their photography career. But the reality is, like we try and sit here and say that we're, equal. And that's equal's not the right way to describe it because like we're not, right?
No, you're
not pushing my beliefs on you.
No, you're way more badass than we are.
Yeah, Cliff and I are not going to sit here and try and say we're better. No. Wrong 2 guys for that conversation.
No, you're way more badass than we are.
By the way, Cliff, one thing
we wrong guys for the other side of that argument.
One thing is we forgot to say we're talking about Kim's military. Kim's a company commander.
Well, I was going to ask that after we got through this part.
She's a HBIC out there. You know what I mean? Like she's a woman in charge, and I can't imagine it just doesn't consistently come without challenges. Being a woman in charge of people just trying to challenge her position because of what she does. But this is just something we forgot to say earlier. But these kind of products, I'm still stuck on the fact that of all the things that our tax dollars go to.
Why are you
feminine hygiene products?
Stop you right there. Why are you surprised by any of that?
Because I live next to DC, and I'm trying to be couth about this.
Tough shit. Yeah.
But I mean, it's not even. It can't even be a cost argument.
Oh, they'll make that an argument though.
It's just it just floors me. So this.
By the way, I'm fully aware, and all. Like, this is my fully respecting what Kim's doing. You and I, John, are going to talk about this. I'm not going to make her do it because she's in military right now. I'm not going to put her in a position to, piss somebody off higher up in the ranks.
Too late.
I was going to say, I bet Kim pisses people off on her own.
Especially the guy at the top of the chain. Fucker.
Yeah, right. But is this something that now this company is trying to do to... Like, is this something that people like? He's just going to hopefully market to the females in the military for them to buy, but they can keep it on them because they have like this pouch thing can attach to your uniform.
Yeah. So I'll finish showing you what it is, and then I'll kind of get into all of the different applications, because it really just springboarded into craziness. So it's a Molly pouch. It just affixes to your kit, your your ruck, whatever you want to put it on, whatever's
I didn't know those
convenient.
things were called Molly pouches, by the way, but go on.
They are. I used to call them moly pouches. Really embarrassing time for me. People are like, "What are you talking about?" It's kind of like when somebody says "weefy" and you're like, "What?"
Is it a GIF or a GIF?
But it comes with a waterproof pouch. Because it's waterproof, it is also dust proof, which is very, very important in some of the locations that we end up being deployed to. It comes with biodegradable wipes.
She's got this down, John.
That one's my favorite.
I mean, she's the director of marketing for this company. She better have it down.
Biodegradable trash bags. And then my favorite, a bidet nozzle.
Come on.
Swear to God.
That is bad.
In fact, I did have to ask the CEO what this one was when he had mailed it to me. I was like, sir, asking for a friend.
Kim's holding it, playing Harry Potter in her house one day.
Oh, John, you don't want to know what I tried to do with this.
No. Now I'm just curious.
He probably does.
It's Kim. I can only imagine.
That's so cool.
She tried to stick it through a photo hole in a hockey game, and that also got hit by a puck.
And then it comes with both pads at 2 different absorbencies and tampons at 2 different absorbencies.
That's amazing.
Every woman has their own personal preference. They're more than welcome to stuff it with whatever when they refill it. But the cool part about this is not only the military application. So right now we're in talks with DHA. We are trying to get other companies within the military that are a little bit more geared towards females to champion the product, to get it a part of basic issue, because the traditional route to get it a part of basic issue takes about 5 years. So with the assistance of these other organizations, hopefully we can get that through a little bit faster.
Hopefully kind of
while we were pursuing, what was that?
Hopefully kind of streamline it for you guys. And
Absolutely. I had a meeting with Major General Quelan, who is the commanding general for the 200th MP Command, a few weeks back. I had a training exercise, my annual training exercise, and I walked up to my battalion commander, which was my next echelon up, and I was like, "Hey, sir, I heard, Major General Quelan is on ground. I gotta take care of the girlies. I got a little something for her. This is my project on the side. If you see her again, would you mind giving this to her?" And he was so funny. He was like, "How about I just set up a meeting with you and her?" Now this woman is like 6 ranks ahead of me. And when I tell you badass, does not even begin to describe it.
What?
Great Texan.
As you're talking about this, all I can think of, and obviously in the short time, almost coming up on an hour now of listening to you talk, and you don't hold back from anything, but I gotta think, as a military person, that is a very awkward and humbling kind of thing to deal with.
And it is, and that's why this product is so universal. Like, our tagline is anywhere, because it's.
But I'm even talking about just having that conversation with someone that's, as you mentioned, six steps above you in the rankings. That's got to be a kind of a scary proposition.
Oh, it was terrifying. Yeah. And I was like 8 days into the field without a shower. So I was like super ripe while I was having this conversation. I was like, "Ma'am, please," I couldn't even shake her hand. I was like, more than 6 feet apart.
Can we talk via walkie-talkie, please?
I was all ready to go. I thought it was going to be like a drive-by meeting, and she actually sat down, and she spent an entire half an hour
That's amazing.
not only chatting with me about the business, but just about my personal aspirations and what I want to do with the military career. And it's just something so rare, and it was so appreciated.
That's special.
But it's funny because it's not an awkward conversation for me, because every woman has had that moment where you're caught off guard for whatever reason. And as a company commander, I have both male and female soldiers underneath me. This weekend, we had our family day, and I provided a kit to every one of my female soldiers. And, got up on my soapbox because officers like to talk. Got up on my soapbox and, started, we're getting ready for our mission year. So we're getting ready to deploy. So it was a nice opportunity to talk to my soldiers and their families and let them know, what we were doing. And, I brought up the kits and the differences between men and women, how we complement each other. And we do our best to mitigate the divide. But the reality is that, female soldiers do face these very real challenges that, men will never know anything about.
Right.
So I was like, all right, guys, you can't turn off your ears just yet, because guess what? You have female soldiers. And I made them all, they were so, oh my God, they were so embarrassed. It was great. I was like, raise your hand if, somebody has, if a female has ever, asked you, hey, Sergeant, do you have it like a tampon or a pad? Like I'm in a jam, I'm in a bind. And almost every single male hand went up, because when you are downrange.
That just brings up my whole point from before, is like, if this is an issue where every male that's been in command has had a female soldier come up to him and let them know like they're having an issue with this. If it's that regular of a thing where they're running into a bind, how is this something where the military is like not in a position of saying, hey, we need to make sure we're taking care of this too, because it directly reflects your health. It's not like this isn't a cosmetic thing.
My guess would be, and this is my guess as I'm sitting here with Kim, who can answer this better than I can. My guess would be the boots on the ground are very aware. It's those up above that either aren't or don't give a shit.
Ignorant and apathetic?
Yeah.
There's very, very much, we call it a frozen layer. Whenever information, it's a top, bottom up communication chain. And it, on everything that gets disseminated down, it just depends on how high up it comes from, where it kind of gets stuck and where that disconnect is. And that's referred to as the frozen layer. As you move up the ranks, oftentimes, particularly on the officer side of the house, you forget, those experiences. Because the higher up you move, the more removed from the soldiers who are experiencing that are. And it's very different hearing about it than actually seeing it and experiencing it.
The very people doing the toughest part of the work are the people that are unfortunately kind of disregarded when it comes to this, because, like I said, it being a health thing, it affects the health of the one person, and people tending to the poor health of one person takes them away from an emergency of another over something that could be prevented, and it's pretty ridiculous. And so hopefully your conversation with her, she's a major general.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hopefully your conversation with her resonates. And she was in your, keep in mind, it's funny, you're worried about like stinking her out of this meeting, but like, she's been in your position. She didn't get to your position without being in your position many times. And, hopefully it resonates with her and she's realizes the importance of this as well, because it's, again, as men, Cookie, I don't know if I can speak for you here, but I can promise you it's something I've never once thought of, like, through all the war movies we watch and friends that we all have that go to the military. I mean, Cliff being in Texas, he's in the state of military, for crying out loud.
I'm in Missouri right now. I've worked with a guy that's a reservist.
It's just something that would never pop into our brains.
No.
And
all the talk with my dad. My dad was stationed in Okinawa back in the day and all this stuff. Like, and he's like me. We're both definitely more on the liberal side of things. And, he is he's not like some of the modern stuff going on now. Unfortunately, he's very open with women in the military, women in combat, all that stuff. I mean, if you can fight, you can fight. He doesn't give a shit. And, but I can guarantee you, I mean, back in his day, I mean, he's in his, he's almost, if he's not already 80, he might be. I'm terrible with my own family's ages and stuff, but he, he was alive in the Army back in the days when women weren't even in the Army at that point. And, he would have been, I know for a fact, he would have been one of those going, why not? Even back then, like, why not? So, but at the same time,
he's definitely one of the few.
Yeah, he is. And especially as a native Texan back in those days. I mean, they never. I mean, maybe someone from, up north in more liberal states, but as a native Texan, he was a rarity, and I'm grateful that he's passed that along to me as well. But like John said, it's not something, especially with he and I having no military experience. I'm the only man in my family that never served, and timing was more of a factor in that than anything. There wasn't a lot happening when I was growing up to get my enthusiasm up about it.
What are you talking about, Cookie? Like, we were like a couple years out from going to Vietnam when you were a kid. I mean, you had
up. I'm not that old, you prick. and I was just kind of on that borderline of age when like Desert Storm and all that was happening. Yeah. I probably could have. And I was, by the time 9/11 hit, I was probably too old at that point. But ironically, my neighbor though, who went to West Point, he was only a year or two younger than me, but that was always his dream anyways. So he did West Point.
So Kim, on top of, other than the military, I would assume this is something you guys are reaching out to, possibly, or at least looking into reaching out to local governments, where it's something that can be distributed to homeless populations, or especially women's shelters.
So it's like a perfect opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was going to say, you had said earlier, when you think of people deploying, it's not something that ever crosses your mind. It doesn't cross anybody's mind in any capacity, honestly. Put a sports lens on it. How many, female athletes, and again, perfect to just affix to your gym bag, whatever, stick it in your car. So as we started to kind of peel back the layers and, broach, getting it a part of Army issued, we were like, all right, well, what's, on the, what's comparable on the civilian side? So, we went to like an REI. We're like, all right, like big sports, hikings, outdoors, like, get a feel for the market and, see how our product kind of stacks up. And there was nothing to compare it to. They were literally like, we don't have anything that even remotely resembles this.
Shocked yet again. That's actually.
It was mind blowing.
I will tell you, and not that I have any great connections by any means, although it's possible there's a few people I could get involved. I live in Springfield, Missouri. That's where I coach. That is the home of Bass Pro Shops.
So I did their 15-year anniversary marathon.
Okay.
I was at Fort Leonard Wood for about 6 months.
Yep. My dad, actually, I found out recently, spent a little bit of time there back in the day. But I've been here. This is my 6th season here. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the home of Bass Pro. And you mentioned REI, and I think of Bass Pro too. I mean, it's just some kind of.
Yep. It's interesting because we didn't explore Bass Pro, and that would have been.
What's the other one up in the Midwest there? Menards?
Well, we have Menards here too, but yeah, it's mainly like Minnesota, Wisconsin.
Yeah, because I remember seeing them all over when we were up there.
Yeah, but this is the home of Johnny Morris, who started Bass Pro. I mean, he still lives here. I mean, this is the corporate headquarters of Bass. The Bass Pro Shop here is insane. Like,
I know.
Every Bass Pro.
That's where we started for the marathon. That was like the start and finish point.
John, you can't even imagine. And I'm not an outdoorsman. You know that. I'm not a hunter by any means. I like to fish, but that place is fat shit. And they got.
It's so great.
And they have what is now, I think, because my friend's in the marketing department for the aquarium there, and it's now been ranked the #1 aquarium in America for like 5 years in a row.
That's crazy because it's in a sports store.
You don't understand,
Or
John. You don't understand. This is not a sports store. This place is.
It's an experience.
It's the Buc-ee's. It's the Buc-ee's of the outdoors world.
Dude, it's like every Bass Pro Shop is really cool, no matter where you are. This one is unbelievable.
Well, I remember when I lived in Texas, they were building a brand new one, I think in Arlington, and people were losing their mind about this one they were building. And I remember just going in there, and even that one, I was just like, holy crap, like, this place is ridiculous.
And they're all nuts, but this one is just on a whole other level because it's the flagship. It's the original. It's nuts. This one and the one in, I think it's in Memphis, the Pyramid, is pretty insane too. Yeah.
So, and I mean, just these are the kind of places that would from a business standpoint could profit so highly off of, because how many women go into those stores every day, look for something, go, oh, I guess they don't have anything, but they don't ask. Or if they ask, they're asking an hourly employee that has zero influence on where this kind of information goes. So, I mean, what you guys are doing, it's a really innovative thing. Like you said, you can't find anything else out there. It's a, travel accessible kit.
I'd say a quick and easy solution. And I mentioned earlier that there was another partner on the West Coast. So it's civilians, military, first responders, and what kind of
first responders? I didn't think about them either, because especially
they're
out in their car all day.
So first responders, both EMS and
police,
fire, police. Yeah. But in the Midwest or on the West Coast, the firefighters are firefighters.
Firefighters, yeah.
So
John,
so there was.
You and I know some wildland firefighters.
Yeah.
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 And then we started diving into the homeless population. You know, how many women are homeless and they go to shelters, and there's
business wise, and it's great to want to contribute to that and to help with that, but just also what a tax benefit if you're contributing to that, because again, everything's biodegradable. So you have that going on your side, but just again, with how cities do not take care of their homeless populations, they become the undamned, and it is, they're just, people go by and put their blinders on when something like that could be so helpful. And now if you were to go, say you were to have all these individual products that come in the kit, right? The same amount. What's the cost of what you're buying in a kit versus if you were to go to the store and buy the same things?
So, we did the cost analysis, and if you were to buy all of these same items on your own, it would actually cost more than our kit. This pouch alone, if you went into a military store where you would get it, would be $20 to $25. This itty bitty little thing.
Part of what you get.
That's not bad. I would have thought more. Yeah.
Part of what you get. I thought you were just showing us as an example. So you get that too.
Oh no, this is the kit. So everything comes inside this bag.
That's the Molly kit, John.
It's a Molly.
The Molly kit.
You missed that part.
So Kim, then is there a way? And then you said about buying refills and stuff like that. So you can buy the main kit, but then you can just buy just the guts after that and have those shipped out, or?
Yeah. So right now it's the early stages of the business. So right now we have a khaki color and a black color for first responders that are a little more limited with their uniform. Yep. Hopefully we'll get to like a hot pink or some crazy fun things.
Some Hello Kitty ones.
Exactly. Just get real wild with it. Because it's a problem because nobody talks about it. And if you make it fun and engaging, it's no longer a problem, like anything, right? Well, communication is everything.
It's ironic you mentioned the different color pouches, and we talked about, I don't know if, John, do you even know this? Do you remember when we coached in New Mexico, Ricky, the young girl, a real pretty girl that was around a lot? She dated Gallo.
Yeah, she was always a Brandon.
Yeah. She's a wildland firefighter now, based out of New Mexico.
Really? I knew Buna was.
She's been doing it for years, like many years. And
that's impressive because she's tiny.
Oh, she is. Yeah, she is tiny. But
the petite females are the most fierce of us all.
I don't disagree.
Kim, Kim's like self promo.
They scare the shit out of me.
No, I'm an average size woman.
How tall are you, Kim?
I'm 5'5".
Yeah, average. Yeah, average. Come on, you're petite.
I am. That is the average size of a female, of an American female.
I don't even know. That's why I just didn't know.
So Ricky, during the off season when it's not wildland season, she's with Santa Fe Fire, but she, like right now, I'm looking at post right now, she's out, doing the wildland firefighter. But again, that's a woman out doing wildland firefighter stuff. And if you need another color, they
get her address. I'll mail one right out to her.
They have the green pants and then the yellow.
I bet she would love that too, because she was very
she's great. Yeah, Ricky's awesome.
She was super nice, and she was way too good for you, Gallo.
But an understatement of the highest order.
Gallo is one of our players. He lived with us as well. We ended up adopting him like stray cats.
No, you did. I didn't want anything to do with it.
I liked having him there because we played Call of Duty all the time.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
But we also had Steve Buna, which is fighting fires out there. Yeah. At least he was, I saw. But yeah.
When I coached in Missoula, Montana, which is the home of the Montana smoke jumpers. And those people are, talk about insane. Those people.
Are those like firefighters, smoke jumpers?
Those are the wildland firefighters that jump out of the planes with parachutes.
Oh, damn.
Those, I mean, you want to talk badass. Those men and women are fucking batshit.
Yeah, they're jumping out of planes into fires. Yeah, they're clearly.
The brewery I went to all the time up there that sponsored our team was Great Burn Brewing. It was named after the Great Burn Fire.
Oh, wow.
One of the two brothers owned it. Their younger brother died as a wildland firefighter. And so they started the brewery in his honor, and they called it the Great Burn. Yeah.
That's pretty. Yeah.
I gotta get Ricky's. I'm follow her on Instagram. I don't have her contact info.
Well, and then Kim, here's the other thing is, just a thought. I mean, have you guys looked at, and I know basically your startup phases. I mean, I feel like it was only a couple months ago you even told me about this. So the fact that you guys are already having things put out is pretty great.
That is cool.
Got the website launched a couple of weeks ago, starting the pre-sale process.
I don't know if you saw, I keep looking this way because I was looking for it. What is the website?
So the website is wildfrontierstech.com.
Okay.
And you said it's a pre-sale thing. So when can people start expect to having orders fulfilled? Do you have a timeline on that, or?
So the pre-sales were occurring for a month.
Okay.
So
These photos are great, by the way.
Oh yeah.
The hippies are awesome.
So that's our CEO. So while he's currently out in Hawaii, he's actually from
John. We need him
Oregon.
On. Just from the look, we need him on.
Oh my God, seriously, you should definitely do a second episode with him because he is way more interesting than me.
I will play nothing but dead and fish in the background while we're doing this.
I'm pretty sure I'm washing my hair that day,
and it will be the happiest day of my life.
I mean, yeah,
I'm telling you,
this
guy is like the most interesting man in the world. Like you say a year, and he'll tell you what he did for a living.
John, John doesn't know what I'm talking about, so I'm gonna do what we sometimes do. I gotta share this.
Cookie's spirit animal. If he's like all hippied up, holy cripes!
These are my people.
They are your people, Cookie.
Like literally, this photo made me want to buy a ticket to go to this festival next year.
I'm totally with you. So, which one is on the left or the right? Is the CEO?
No, neither of them. Neither of them. Those are just people that attend the festival.
Okay. Yeah.
If you go to our Instagram, you'll see some pics of the staff.
So everybody, this is the website. We'll post the links down below, of course, but this is the site. This is awesome. This is really cool.
It's such a thing. This is one of those kind of products that really, even if it's like not all over the place right now. Hey, I know that person. Oh, Kim put up her pictures of her in Europe when she ditched us.
When she did, yeah, that's right.
Okay, so we were talking about all your passions converging, right? So I'm there, I'm working for the basketball team. I'm like, oh, I'm definitely gonna, do some stuff for her kit. But the cruise was a little bit older. So like those women hadn't menstruated in like decades.
Oh my God.
So it was like just a little bit out of my demographic. So it was like a little hard to work on the marketing while I was there.
There it is. There's Kim right there, everybody. There's professional Kim. There's professional Kim. Hair did and everything. But the thing is with this product, this is one of those products that I'm sure all of us have seen something on TV going, I thought of that 5 years ago. Why didn't I just do it?
Lozzie and I have this conversation all the time. Is like we see something going, I could have thought of that and I'd be a millionaire right now. What the hell's wrong with me?
Just think of all the things you're seeing on a daily basis that you did think of that you just never acted on because there was something in your head that went, that no one will buy this. That's stupid. And this is one of those things where I'm sure that nobody thought it was stupid. I'm sure there's a billion times women are out in the field or doing whatever going, I really wish there was a way I could have better access to this. And this is something that is really an urgency for the military to jump on and first responders and just getting it out to these different, every time we say a different industry, I'm like, oh yeah.
And by the way, I don't say this flippantly either.
Construction, electrical.
Yeah. I'm wearing all the Holdfast stuff right now. And it just occurred to me that one of the beer tenders, they call them there, cause it's a brewery. She's a reservist. Like I don't know if she's working tonight, but if she's working tomorrow, you damn sure I'm going to go talk to her about this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's awesome. Her name's Marissa Ritter.
No, we're donating a bunch of kits. Just as
so John,
again supporting
Ricky
fellow women.
You're writing that down, Ricky and Marissa.
Yeah, my brain. You think I'm gonna remember that? Marissa. You said Marissa.
How else are you gonna say that name, jackass?
I know a girl named Marissa.
No,
I didn't know if you were saying
shut up.
No, actually, I do know her. I went to high school with her, but I know
Marissa.
I didn't know if you're saying Marissa or Larissa. There's Larissas out there, so don't be a jerk, Cookie.
Where you?
All right, AA Ron.
Yeah, exactly. Where are you getting an L and M? Marissa.
Because what happens to the audio when we talk at the same time, you jerk?
Well, then stop talking for a change.
That's not going to happen, and we both know that. Absolutely not. So, yeah, it's funny when I asked you about this, I honestly almost forgot to ask you about it because we were talking about other stuff. And this is actually the biggest thing I wanted to get you on for because it's not just a cool thing. It's not like a cool product.
It's important.
It's a necessity.
Yeah.
And, you even just think down, going into my industry or even like, Cookie's original industry of journalism. If you're out and about, just having stuff like that. I have my vest I wear with the press that a lot of other photographers are out there with whatever we have on us. It's very easily attached to those kind of things. And I'm sure now now that even knowing more about it, I'll be driving down the road and I'll be like, oh crap. Holy crap.
We kind of talked about this already, but the cost of this is great.
Yep.
$35
so,
right now. $35. That's amazing for everything you get.
So 35 is actually just the retail. You get a military first responder, teacher, anybody that's registered on GovX will receive their discount, and it will be 25 per kit.
That's unreal.
Wow.
And the business to business sales are actually 18 per kit. So you can't beat it. You really can't.
You know what's funny?
In my completely humble and unbiased opinion.
No, you know what's crazy? I'm going to bring this up again because I'm wearing all their shit. This brewery I represent and love so much. It's owned by.
He's a hoe for breweries.
I'm a hoe for Holdfast. It's owned by two sisters. Like I can see them putting these, in there. It's just the whole. It's a female-owned business, and 90% of the staff is female, and they would jump all over this.
And that's where it comes.
Cliff Cook. He's a man of the ladies, and not in that way, in the support way.
Yeah, no.
Well, and that's what I was talking about earlier, the builder uppers and the breaker downers. I am all about just meeting good people. I jumped on the product just because it is genuinely a great thing. And anybody we can share it with and any connections made is
and
an added bonus.
That place is like 100%, and it's one of the reasons I love it so much. Is among the many things they do for the LGBTQ community and everything else, they are. I'm still just looking at your site. That's why I can't take my eyes off of it. They're just massive female empowerment. I mean, everything you can think of. It's
such a cool thing. I mean, I remember, like you said, how excited you got when they wanted to bring you on with this. And I remember you first told me about it, and I was just like, in my car, I just
fired up all of a sudden. Your energy has now got me fired up about this. This is awesome.
I remember, I think it was like maybe back in June or May, Kim, we were on the phone and you're telling me about this. And I was like, oh my God, like I said, holy shit, like 20 times. And now even like learning more, like the more you talk about it, the more it's just kind of sinks in of all the different people it can help. And now actually getting to see all the stuff that comes in it. And it's such a cool thing. And it's one of those things where honestly, it just needs to hit the ground running. Thankfully, they have an outstanding marketing director on board that's going to help lead the way in there. And all jokes aside, I've been such a fan of Kim. Like anytime Kim's like, I don't know.
I get it.
Every time Kim's like, I don't know. Like I'm not even nice about it. Like I'm not even nice about telling Kim she needs to do it.
Let's back up. You're not nice about anything, so that's not a stopper.
I thought you were about to say you're always nice, and I was gonna be like, what is this?
No.
But like, I mean, even with Kim today, I don't remember what we were talking about. I just said something. I go,
you were such a dick.
Yeah. But was I wrong? But was I wrong?
He was not wrong. He was not wrong.
And it's one of those things where it's just like Kim is like her photography, even like being away from it so long, her photography is just, it's always been great. And that's not just coming from me as a friend. I mean, that comes from Vinny, people that have always encouraged you. Vinny's like probably one of New York's main go-to people for USA Today. And, and then like obviously getting the job and then getting in with the military and all the crap you have to deal with on a regular basis. But this is kind of one of those defining opportunities.
Oh, this is life-changing for
without a doubt. Yeah.
I mean, you talk about all your things converging. I mean, you can get into your photo. I know you said been wanting to learn more about the video stuff. In my head, I'm already thinking, it's like, what kind of videos can I make for these people just to help out? And then getting into just like using your marketing and business background to really just turn this in. Because let me tell you, this is the kind of thing that goes viral. This is the kind of thing that once enough people see it and everybody has that oh shit moment. Yeah, and everybody just has that oh shit moment. They're like, this is something we need.
Yeah.
Well, from your lips to God's ears, there is a funny video floating around out there. So we like to do field tests.
Because we're going to include it when we find it.
So there's we like to include field tests just so that you guys can kind of see like, no, it actually is waterproof, it actually is dust proof. So last time I was out in the field, I had I had a female convoy, and I had somebody throw the kit outside of the gunner's turret and had the vehicle behind it run it over. And everything was still intact. And it was so much fun. I was like, I mean, I'm the luckiest girl in the world that I can just do all of these things.
We're going to need to find that.
I was about to say, can we just talk about how badass of a sentence that is? We threw it out through the gun turret and it ran a female convoy, and they ran it over like, what? Sorry, Kim, my Honda HR-V can't quite compete with that.
No, yeah, the 1151s.
Yeah, the Honda Civic probably blew a tire running over one of these.
My Subaru Crosstrek, asshole.
Hey man, that's an off-roading thing right there. So that you're definitely get a pass on that one.
Wait, you drive a Subi?
Yeah, Crosstrek. Yeah.
Were you like aware of the stereotype of the Subi? Because I drive one and I was not, and as a single woman, I have done myself no favors.
No, I'm very aware, and I don't give a shit. I'm a
okay
straight white dude, and I don't give a fuck.
Cool.
I'm surrounded by a lot of lesbian women, especially when I go to that brewery. And it's awesome. I don't care. Now, it doesn't do me any favors in the dating world, but that's a whole other story.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it could be doing Kim a ton of
No,
favors.
I meant going to the brewery that's surrounded by lesbians. I'm not
a couple more years, and I'm going to trade sides.
I'm not talking about the cross trek. I'm talking about spending my time in a brewery full of lesbian women. It's not helping my dating life at all.
Hey, but Cookie, honestly, like you said, showing this product to them.
No, I wasn't. Yeah, I was.
Yeah, and especially having a beer tender that's a reservist, like that's massive.
And by the way, another random fact about that place. I don't even know if I told you this. The building they're in, they opened 6 years ago, right before COVID. The building they're in was Firehouse 1 in Springfield. They converted it to a brewery. So it's an old firehouse. So there's that whole connection there too.
Wow. Oh, that's so cool.
My brain immediately went to Ghostbusters and the firehouse.
Well, so they opened like a month or two before COVID hit and everything shut down. Of course, they went into panic mode. Like, what do we do? And then they were like, wait a minute, we're in a firehouse. We have garage doors. People could pull into the building and they would order their 4-packs or growlers or whatever and hand them through the window. And then they pull right out. They couldn't serve anybody, at the bar or anything, but people could pull their car literally in the building because they had the garage doors.
And I'm sure people
are so creative and so resilient.
Carol and Susan,
it's incredible.
I love Carol and Susan. John, we'll post the picture because Carol dropped the ceremonial puck at our game on Saturday because it was Holdfast night, and they're just all
right, Cliff. I know the last episode, which is ironic because it won't come out till after this episode, but I asked about dropping the puck at a game. I think it should be Kim dropping the puck at a game for this product and like representing this product.
John, I'm just going to tell you right now, we have quite a few home games. We can probably, well, I shouldn't say that because I don't want to give you any credit. We'll let Kim drop a puck. You can kiss me.
Or Hope.
By the way, I told Lozzie and Kleiner about that today, and they just both started laughing. I was like, yeah, bullshit.
Yeah, well, it's just like you said, it's like, yeah, like the co-host of the All Angles podcast.
Co-host of the show that I'm on while I'm standing on the bench coaching a game. This isn't awkward at all.
Yeah, get out here, Cookie. Drop this puck with me, you jerk. But Kim dropping it, I mean, especially in an area like that, that's huge. That's awesome. And I'm already dragging Kim along for everything. So, because apparently I'm a glutton for punishment that I want to lock a New Jersey girl in my car with me for hours on end. But hey,
as long as I'm not driving, you should be okay.
I would not.
I drive like a Jersey asshole, and I freely admit it.
You are a Jersey asshole, but I actually like driving. So me and Cookie are both the same way. Like we'll drive all day, no problem.
All day. Oh.
Like me and Cookie have gone cross country
multiple
times. So that's not a problem with it at all. However, Kim does the same thing. This chick drives from where she lives, and I'm not trying to drop where she lives live here, but she drives from where she lives to Jersey and back, and then be like, oh yeah, I was in Jersey yesterday. It's like, thanks. Jersey's like one state up from me, but cool. But yeah, so Kim, thank you for coming on this, and thank you for, again, like obviously talking about your path and your journey and everything that you're doing, but most importantly, like this product that you're involved with. It's super exciting, and I was really excited when you initially told me about it, and I think it's one of those things where I just didn't get to really see it. And so like just seeing it is just like it reinvigorates all that excitement about everything in there. And we're going to have a link up there for anybody who's interested in picking one of these up. We're also going to put Kim, if we can, put her Instagram and or maybe her email
absolutely
up here for people to reach out in regards to anything. Hire her as a photographer. You're going to get great work, and you're going to get it in a timely fashion. And I'm going to make sure she levels all of her photos. But
you're such a prick.
Why do you got to blow my spot like that?
You're such a prick. He did that to me last night when we were recording the other show because I popped up some images that we've got like 3 or 4 women that shoot our games. And it was a great shot. And all he could say is, yeah, it's not level. I'm like, off, man. It's a great photo.
I'm sorry. But it's about
You're like a one-trick pony. What's with the leveling?
Yeah. And by the way, if she would
ask Vinny.
And as we talked about earlier, if she would actually send me the original photos like she's supposed to, fix that in about 2 seconds. So
true. And also, Kim, if I say ask Vinny because he's the first one who jumped your ass about leveling your photos. It wasn't you.
He did. Please. Oh my God. I hope he's not watching this.
I'm gonna
don't tell him. Don't tell on me, please.
I'm sending it to him. Honestly,
he'd be so disappointed.
He'll be ecstatic. But the other thing is with all this, like you thought I was blowing up your spot before. The other thing is we want to make sure that this all becomes wildly successful. So hopefully we can get Kim to a place where she can buy some 9-volt batteries, and she can go around her place and change the batteries in her smoke detectors that we've been hearing beep this entire time.
Are we going to do the countdown?
I'm telling you, I'm gonna do something, and I'm gonna be super annoying about it, and I don't care what time I go to bed tonight. But yeah, so we're gonna do that for Kim. The buy some 9 volts for Kim.
Oh, you spoil me.
Oh, and a step ladder. Maybe that's the problem right there. And a step ladder. She just can't reach him.
But she's average.
I don't know. I don't think you'd be able to help with that either.
No,
I have a step ladder and I can reach all.
Thank you for that, Kim. Thank you.
I have a step ladder and I can reach them all.
I love you. Thank you.
Piss off. Kim, you don't understand what you've done.
Do you realize what you've done?
Yep, that was good. Oh, I'm even happier before. This is so great.
I should have. I'm gonna take this episode and I'm gonna cut it out 5 minutes ago and just say technical difficulties.
Bullshit,
sorry,
you are. Bullshit, because I'm gonna post the photo of you and me and Jeremy standing together, and you're gonna look like.
Hey man, listen.
And Jeremy's like 6'3", 6'4", so I don't.
Yeah, that's an unfair thing to put next to
it.
Me
is. It was a 6 foot back in my prime 6'1" guy, and you're all of what 5'7",
5'8", you jerk. I'm 5'8".
I was actually being a real smartass with 5'7". I actually thought you were taller than that. When you say 5'8", I'm really laughing.
Yeah, no, I'm 5'8", but you know why you thought it was 5'8" is because back then I used to play the 5'9" card.
Oh, I still play the 1 card, and at my age I've shrunk, so I can't anymore. So
yeah, I mean I don't have a roster to get put on anymore, so I don't. The height doesn't matter. But Kim, thank you for joining us.
So much.
I talk to Kim all the time, but it's great to have her up here doing this. Thank you for not ditching us this time as well. You were on your last straw, and but yeah, all the contact information for Kim is going to be on here, including especially going to the wildfrontiertech.com to buy these products. And I'm going to also. And I'm sure Cookie's going to do it as well. I'm going to be sharing this information.
The hell out of this,
to everybody, just because it's such a need. And
we're filming our coaches show tomorrow night at the brewery. I'm going to definitely bring it up to everybody there. I don't know if Carol will be there, but yeah.
I mean, it's such a cool thing, and even having to purchase a couple to send to people, but if you actually have like sample kits you do send to people,
absolutely.
I don't want to dig into your guys' costs, but even just if we'll get some names of some people that would be the right people to get them into the hands of just because it's such a cool thing.
I know the guy whose dad was best friends with Johnny Morris's dad, and I might be able to set something up there with Bass Pro.
Kim, let me just tell you, Cookie better forever be on a commissions list if he.
Oh my goodness, you guys will definitely you are the 2 best hype man.
Oh, we're in. Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah,
where do I sign? Let's go.
Well, and that's awesome. The thing is, Kim's in such a unique opportunity to not only just be a marketing brand about it, but she's also create the content.
Well, and living the life. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. That makes it even better. Like, you're not just someone talking about it, you're living it because of your military experience.
And Kim is a young woman. Before Kim gets off and says something stupid about her being old or getting older, which she loves to do.
You and I are both laughing right now because you have frozen in a really funny way.
But Kim is a young woman, and she will always try to sit there and be like, I'm older, I'm getting older. And it's just, I think that's one of the dumbest things I ever hear her say is when she talks about getting old. You are old.
I got to use this kit while I still can. You know what I mean?
You see what I mean with this friggin' idiot? Kim, how old are you again?
How old am I, or how old do I feel?
No, how old are you? Because Cookie and I, we have our ages, but we feel about 139.
Yeah.
So
true.
I'm 29. No, I'm actually 31.
She's 31 years old. Now, mind you, aside from the fact that proving my point that she's young, she's doing all this at only 31 years old. I was still learning to tie my shoes at 31 years old.
John, I'm 49. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah. So
don't give me too much credit, because
we're gonna give you all the credit in the world. You deserve it.
Some days I look in the mirror and I'm like, damn girl, you're so impressive. And then other days I look in the mirror and I'm like, I'm not really sure how you put your pants on.
Do you see how annoying this is, Cookie, to listen to this?
I mean, obviously, yeah.
Ugh. So anyway, thank you everybody for watching the All Angles podcast. This is I said episode 23 for our Friday show, but this is actually episode 23. Energizer, we would love a sponsorship for Ken and 9-volt batteries. Because I'm pretty sure that thing has gone off so many times. But Kim, thank you.
Be honest, I stopped hearing it.
I was going to say, I did too.
I didn't. I've been hearing it every time.
Yeah. You're going to hear it in your sleep tonight, and I hope you do.
What makes me think I'm going to sleep tonight?
Yeah, he's going to be counting all the beeps.
This is my nightmare.
Just be counting them all and just putting the tick up every time.
But yeah, this is the All Angles podcast, episode 23. This is Kim Kirnan. Thank you for hanging out with us, Kim.
Thank you both so much for having me.
We can't wait to drag you along whatever adventures we're going to be going on over the next year or so. So that's until Kim deploys for her year. And then Cookie, oh, by the way, I'm going to say this on air so we have digital proof of this. When she has to deploy, we're going to take over her house and watch her dogs.
Oh, you mentioned that on the phone the other day, yeah.
Yeah, see, this is already a work in progress, Kim, so don't worry about it.
I was going to say, the Frenchies come with the house.
I love dogs.
Yeah, same.
So that's not
I have a
problem.
minor allergy, but I don't care. I still love dogs.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
It goes into anaphylactic shock.
No,
it's just
we had Maverick. We had Maverick when we were in New Mexico. I've had dogs.
Fine. When I know, it's like my body realizes when I'm actually living with a dog, it's like, all right, we're just gonna let that go for now.
Mm-hmm.
You're good.
So, but yeah. So, Kim, this is super exciting, and for the 9th time, thank you for coming on here. This is the All Angles podcast, and Cookie, what should everybody do?
Like and subscribe and comment and share with all your friends and family. Not our family because they're not watching, and not our friends, they're not watching either.
Nobody hates us like the people closest to us.